Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, How Coding Kare. I hope you all are doing well, your families are safe and healthy. Okay, let's get back to our training and continue our journey learning Python. So what all have we covered till now? We looked at the intro of Python, then we looked at what are variables, what are operators, what are expressions, how we use them to create sentences, and then we also looked at the input function, which is a very good function to make your variable value more dynamic, and then how important are comments, which help you to define your program for others to easily understand your program, right? And we also looked at briefly looked at the program flows, what is a program flow, how the program flow goes, and then we looked at the sequential steps. So today we are going to look at conditional steps and understand how the conditional steps work in Python. Okay, so here is a code example, a code snippet, which says a is equal to a is assigned the value 3 if we are introducing the if here. So if a is greater than 5 followed by a colon symbol, which is the format or the syntax to write an if statement. You put your if block, and then you put your if condition, and then you end it with a colon. And we are saying if this is true, then print a is greater than 5. If this is false, execute a next if statement, which also we can call as elif, which is as good as adding a second if statement. And we are saying elif a is smaller than 5 colon, then print a is lesser than 5, and then we are saying print done. Now let's see what is exactly happening in this code here. So in this code, what we are doing is we are initializing the value 3 to the variable a, and then we have added a if condition which says, or which checks, if a is greater than 5. In this case it is not, because 3 is not greater than 5, so this condition becomes false. So the print statement is not even executed, it just skips that block and it goes to the next if statement. And in this if statement it says if a is smaller than 5, which in this case is true because 3 is lesser than 5, and the condition becomes true, so it goes inside and prints a is lesser than 5. So it executes the print statement which is within this if block. Once that is executed, it comes out, and there is a final print statement which says done. Right now, looking at this in a flowchart way, so we have set the value a equals to 3, and then we are saying is a greater than 5? Yes, then print this. If no, then just go ahead and execute the next check. We are not saying anything for it to do when it is no. We are just saying if it is yes, fine, execute this. If it's not yes, just skip your code and go to the next block. And in next block, we are saying if a is greater than 5, if a is smaller than 5, and if this is true, then print a is lesser than 5, and then go to the final print statement done. And if this is also no, if this is also not true, then also it just skips the second block and it goes and prints the done. All right, now let's execute this code on our visual editor and see how it goes. Okay, so let's add a new file, conditional underscore. I think I have a typo error there. That's okay. Sorry about this typo error, guys. Okay, now let's type our code. So we are saying we are putting a variable a, and we are saying is equal to, say, we are saying 5. Then we are saying we are adding a if statement, and we are saying if this a is greater than 10, and we are saying print the value of variable a is greater than 10. And if this statement is not true, then we are saying just go ahead and execute the next if statement, which is elif a is smaller than 10, print the value of variable a is lesser than 10. And once both of these codes are executed, then just go ahead and print the final statement where we are saying this program is complete. All right, now let's run this. So you can see it says the value of variable a is lesser than 10. So this program is now complete. So basically what is happening here is it 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 checked, it first took the value of a, it did the check, and then if this was greater than, it would have executed this code. Since it was not, it went to the next piece of code, and here it matched, it was true, so it printed the print statement within this block, and then it printed the final statement, which is this program is complete. Now if you want to make this more interactive, right, so what we can do, if you want to make this more interactive, then we can say here if a input, let's remove the constant value 5 and we'll say input, and then we are saying enter the value of your choice. Okay, now let's execute this. So it first is asking for the input where it is saying enter the value of your choice, and then we say I say 20 here. We have an error. What is the error here? It says type error, the greater than symbol not supported between instances of string and integer. Okay, so what we did wrong here? So what we gave the value, we asked, we basically took a value for a, which was a integer value, but we took the value as a string. So it kept the number, when we entered the number 20 here, it kept 20 as a string, and then it tried to do the if condition for 20 greater than 10, but not treating 20 as a number, but treating 20 as a string. So since it was a string, it says I can't do a comparison between a string and a number, which is very true, right? It can't do that. So how do we fix that? So in order to fix that, we have to convert this variable into the type int. So if we just add this int block and the int, and within int block we say input enter the value of your choice. Now what happens is the final value that the final type that a gets is the type int after whatever value is entered here, right? So let's re-execute this. Now let's say 20, and now what it does is, because we have entered the value 20, it was it matches true here, because a is greater than 10, but the value of a is 20, so 20 is greater than 10, so it says the value of variable a is greater than 10, and then it says this program is complete. So in this case, you saw that since it completed here, right, and then it goes back to this, goes back to the next if statement, which in this case will be not true, so it skips this and then it prints the final print statement. Okay, I hope with that the clarity on understanding how the conditional step works, the basic conditional steps work, is clear. Yeah, if you do guys have any doubts, then please do leave your comments and I'll make sure that I clear your doubts on that. Okay, so with that, we'll stop our class for today, and in the next class we'll look at more of the conditional steps. Thank you guys, take care, and all of you be safe.